नमस्कार विद्यार्थी मित्रांनो, आत्तापर्यंत आपण हॅलोजन डेरिव्हेटिव्ज ऑफ अल्केन्स या चॅप्टरमध्ये मागच्या लेक्चर नंबर 5मध्ये आपण न्यूक्लियोफिलिक सबस्टिट्यूशन रिॲक्शनचा अभ्यास केला. त्यामध्ये एकूण आपण 8 न्यूक्लियोफिलिक सबस्टिट्यूशन रिॲक्शन्स घेतल्यात. पण ॲक्च्युअली ह्या रिॲक्शन्स कशा प्रकारे घडतात, कोणत्या मेकॅनिझमने घडतात, ते मेकॅनिझमचा आपण या पिरियडमध्ये अभ्यास करणार आहोत. मेकॅनिझम ऑफ न्यूक्लियोफिलिक सबस्टिट्यूशन रिॲक्शन. त्याच्यामध्ये खाली एक बॉक्स दिलेला आहे. त्याच्यामध्ये कॅन यू रिकॉल नावाचा एक क्वेश्चन आहे आणि त्याच्यामध्ये व्हॉट इज मीन्ड बाय ऑर्डर अँड मॉलिक्युलॅरिटी ऑफ अ रिॲक्शन अँड व्हॉट इज मीन्ड बाय मेकॅनिझम ऑफ केमिकल रिॲक्शन असे 2 क्वेश्चन्स विचारलेले आहेत. ह्या दोन्ही क्वेश्चन्सचं उत्तर आपण ह्या पॉईंटमध्ये घेणार आहोत, ज्याचं नाव आहे मेकॅनिझम ऑफ सबस्टिट्यूशन न्यूक्लियोफिलिक substitution reactions. Mechanism of substitution nucleophilic reaction. From all above nucleophilic reactions, we know that in alkyl halides the halogen atom gets detached from the carbon atom and a new bond is formed between the electrophilic carbon and a new nucleophile, and the halogen atom is converted into halide ion, that is X minus ion. The general reaction can be written like this: the bond between C and X, the electron pair shared between the carbon and halogen is transferred towards the halogen because it is more electronegative, and carbon carries positive charge. It is electrophilic carbon, therefore nucleophile attacks on this carbon and there is a formation of new bond between carbon and nucleophile, and that X means halogen atom is detached from the carbon in the form of halide ion. Thus in the above reaction, halide ion is called leaving group because it leaves the carbon by taking away the bond pair of electrons. It leaves carbon by taking 2 electron shared electron, therefore it is called a leaving group, and it is leaves the carbon by taking away both the bond pair of electrons. The substrate, that is alkyl halide, means this substrate undergo 2 changes during the substitution nucleophilic reaction. A, the original CX bond undergoes heterolysis, and B, a new bond is formed between carbon and new nucleophile. These changes may occur in one or more steps. In overall reaction, alkyl halide converted into a new product, that is alcohol. The description regarding the changes and the way in which these changes takes place in substitution nucleophilic reaction is called the mechanism of SN reaction. Mechanism of a reaction can also be defined as it is a step-by-step description of exactly how the reactants are transformed into the products in as much details as possible. This is also the definition of mechanism of reaction. There are 2 types of mechanisms observed in the substitution nucleophilic reactions. Number 1 is substitution nucleophilic unimolecular and second is substitution nucleophilic bimolecular. आपण हे दोन्ही मेकॅनिझम एकानंतर एक घेऊयात. सुरुवातीला आपण घेऊयात सेकंड मेकॅनिझम SN2 mechanism, that is called SN2 means substitution nucleophilic bimolecular. Example is when methyl bromide, that is the primary alkyl halide, boiled with aqueous NaOH or KOH solution, it gives methyl alcohol. CH3Br plus NaOH aqueous, hit that reaction, it gives the product CH3OH, that is methyl alcohol, and byproduct is sodium bromide NaBr. The ionic form of this reaction is like this: CH3Br plus OH minus, that is a nucleophile, attacks on this substrate, that is methyl bromide, gives the product, that is methyl alcohol and leaving group is bromide ion. This reaction follows the second order kinetics. What is the second order kinetics? That is, the rate of this reaction depends on the concentration of two reacting species, namely methyl bromide, that is substrate, and the hydroxide ion, that is nucleophile. Hence it is called SN2 reaction. Rate can be written like this. Rate is directly proportional to molar concentration of methyl bromide and molar concentration of OH minus. Rate is equal to K into molar concentration of methyl bromide into molar concentration of OH minus, where K is the rate constant. In the above reaction, only two reactants are present and both are found to influence the rate of the reaction. The reaction is single step reaction and called as the slow step, and it is also called rate determining step, that is RDS. This implies that the two changes, that is bond breaking and bond forming or bond making at the carbon, take place simultaneously. The SN2 mechanism is represented as follows. This is the representation of SN2 mechanism. The OH minus means nucleophile attacks on a carbon of substrate, that is methyl bromide, from the back side, because from the front side previous nucleophile, that is Br minus, is already present. Therefore new incoming nucleophile attacks on carbon atom from the back side. It is a slow step. It is called RDS, and the intermediate, that is transition state, is written in a bracket because it is unstable or highly energetic state. Therefore it is unstable. It is written in a square bracket. In this state, in transition state, carbon is pentacoordinate. This carbon is called pentacoordinate because it is attached to 5 species. Out of these 3 species, they are hydrogen atoms and 2 species are nucleophiles. One nucleophile is Br and another nucleophile is OH. When this transition state breaks, this is the first step, and then it is converted into the product, that is methyl alcohol, and leaving group is bromide ion. Then what are the silent features of SN2 mechanism? Number 1, it is the single step mechanism with simultaneous bond breaking and bond forming. Second, backside attack of nucleophile. In the representation we see that the incoming nucleophile, that is OH minus, attacks on carbon from the backside, that is backside attack of nucleophile. It is the second silent feature of SN2 mechanism. The nucleophile OH minus attacks the carbon of CH3Br from the side opposite to that of the leaving group, that is bromide ion. This is to avoid steric repulsion and electrostatic repulsion between the incoming nucleophile OH minus and leaving group Br minus. Then what is the steric repulsion? Steric repulsion is the repulsion due to the bulkiness of the groups, that is called steric repulsion. Third silent feature is transition state. It is represented in short TS. In TS, the incoming nucleophile, that is OH minus, and leaving group or leaving nucleophile Br minus are partially bonded to the carbon and carry partial negative charges. This transition state is already shown in the representation of the reaction. Then fourth silent feature is this transition state contains pentacoordinate carbon having the 3 sigma bonds in one plane, making bond angles of 120 degree with each other, and 2 partial covalent bonds along a line perpendicular to this plane. This is the transition state. This carbon is bonded to 5 groups or 5 species. Out of these 3 hydrogen atoms, they are lying in a plane making an angle of 120 degree with each other, and 2 groups nucleophiles attached to the carbon. One is leaving nucleophile and another is incoming nucleophile. Then fifth silent feature is inversion of configuration. When transition state breaks, the product is formed, that is methyl alcohol, with 100% inversion of configuration. This is like flipping of an umbrella. It is known as Walden inversion. When SN2 reaction is brought about at chiral carbon, that is in an optically active substrate, the product is formed to have opposite configuration compared to that of the substrate. The inversion of configuration is the result of backside attack of the nucleophile. In this SN2 mechanism, the product is always obtained with the inversion of configuration, and this inversion of configuration is due to the backside attack of the nucleophile. In this representation, we see that in methyl bromide, the hydrogen atoms are from this side and nucleophile is from right side, but in product the hydrogen atoms attached to carbon are on the right side and the nucleophile lies on left side. That is called inversion of configuration. That is, nucleophile is present in a substrate in this direction, and in product the OH group is present, means that nucleophile present on this direction. That is called inversion of configuration. And this is about the SN2 mechanism. The next mechanism is called substitution nucleophilic unimolecular mechanism, means SN1. Example of this is tertiary alkyl halide, that is when tertiary butyl bromide boiled with aqueous NaOH solution, it gives tertiary butyl alcohol. This is the structure of tertiary butyl alcohol. When NaOH boiled with tertiary butyl alcohol, it gives the product tertiary butyl bromide. When boiled with NaOH, it gives the product tertiary butyl alcohol. Then ionic form of this reaction is CH3 3 times Cbr. On this attack nucleophile, that is OH minus, it gives the product CH3 3 times COH plus leaving group is Br minus. This is called tertiary butyl alcohol. The reaction follows the first order kinetics. That means the rate of this reaction depends on the concentration of only one species, that is substrate molecule, that is tertiary butyl bromide, and it is independent on the concentration of nucleophile, that is OH minus. Hence it is called SN1 reaction. The rate of this reaction is like written. Rate is directly proportional to concentration of molar concentration of CH3 3 times Cbr. Rate is equal to K into molar concentration of CH3 3 times Cbr, where K is the rate constant. The rate of reaction is influenced by the concentration of only one substrate, and the concentration of nucleophile, that is OH minus, does not influence the reaction rate. In other words, tertiary butyl bromide reacts with hydroxide by a two-step mechanism, means SN1 is a two-step mechanism. The first step is slow step, in which the bond between carbon and halogen breaks heterolytically to form carbocation, and in second step is the fast step, in which the incoming nucleophile, that is OH minus, attacks the planar carbocation from the either side, results in the formation of both the enantiomers of the product. The SN1 mechanism can be represented as follows. In first step, the tertiary butyl bromide, the bond between carbon and Br breaks heterolytically. It is a reversible and slow step reaction. Here on carbon there is a formation of positive charge, that is called carbocation intermediate, and leaving group is bromide ion. In second step, on this carbocation, the incoming nucleophile OH minus attacks fast from the both side, and there is formation of product, that is tertiary butyl alcohol. Then silent features of SN1 mechanism. First is it is a two-step mechanism. Second, formation of carbocation. The bond between carbon and bromine, or the bond between C and X, breaks heterolytically in the first slow step to form the planar carbocation intermediate. Third silent feature is attack of nucleophile. Attack of nucleophile OH minus on the planar carbocation intermediate in second step, which is the first step to form the product in the form of enantiomers. Fourth silent feature is when SN1 mechanism is carried out at chiral carbon in an optically active substrate, the product formed is nearly racemic. This indicates that SN1 reaction proceeds with racemization. This means that both the enantiomers of the products, that is D form and L form, they are formed in the almost equal amount. Racemization is the SN1 reaction. Racemization in SN1 reaction is the result of formation of planar carbocation intermediate. Fifth silent feature is nucleophile can attack planar carbocation from either side, which results in the formation of both the enantiomers of the product. That is, both enantiomers means the product is formed with D form and L form. The next point is factors influencing SN1 and SN2 mechanism. There are three factors which influence the rate of SN1 and SN2 mechanism. Number one is nature of substrate. Second is nucleophilicity of the reagent, and third is solvent polarity. We have to see one by one. First factor is nature of the substrate. Nature of substrate, that is in SN2 and SN1 reaction. In SN2 reaction, the transition state of the SN2 mechanism is pentacoordinate and thus crowded. See in the figure 10.4. In this figure, we have to see 10.4 figure. The transition state is pentacoordinate. As a result of SN2 mechanism, it is favored in primary halides and least favored in tertiary halides. Then in SN1, a planar carbocation intermediate is formed in SN1 reaction. It has no steric crowding. Bulky alkyl groups can be easily accommodated in planar carbocation. See figure 10.5. This figure 10.5, this is the carbocation. In this carbocation, the alkyl groups can be easily accommodated in planar carbocation. As a result, SN1 mechanism is most favored in tertiary halides and least favored in primary alkyl halides. Formation of planar carbocation intermediate results in a relief from the steric crowding present in the tertiary halide substrate. Here see this figure, figure number 10.6, influence of the substrate in SN1 and SN2 mechanism. A, transition state in SN2 reaction. This is the figure A. This is the transition state of SN2 reaction, and figure B, carbocation intermediates in SN1 reaction. There is crowding of destabilization increases as H atoms. This is the pentacoordinate transition state. Hydrogen atom attached to the carbon is replaced by the bulky groups like methyl groups. Then crowding and destabilization increases. Crowding increases around the carbon atom and therefore destabilization increases. Here one alkyl group is attached, here two alkyl groups are attached, and here three alkyl groups are attached to the pentacoordinate carbon. Therefore crowding increases and destabilization also increases. In figure B, carbocation intermediate in SN1 mechanism. This is the carbocation. To this carbon, hydrogen atoms are attached, but in this carbocation, one hydrogen is replaced by one methyl group. Here two hydrogen atoms are replaced by two methyl groups, and here all three hydrogen atoms in this figure replaced by three methyl groups. Therefore there is a steric relief, stabilization by positive inductive effect, and hyperconjugation of alpha hydrogen increases. This carbon is called alpha carbon, and this hydrogen attached to that alpha carbons, they are called alpha hydrogens. Therefore steric relief, stabilization by positive inductive effect, and hyperconjugation of alpha hydrogen increases from left to right. Secondly, the carbocation intermediate is stabilized by the positive inductive effect of alkyl substituents. In figure B, we have to see that factor, and also by hyperconjugation effect of alkyl substituents containing alpha hydrogens. As a result, SN1 mechanism is most favored in tertiary halides and least favored in primary halides. This can be represented diagrammatically as shown below. This is alkyl halide. Alkyl halides, they are of three types: primary, secondary and tertiary. From left to right, means from primary to tertiary, SN1 rate increases, and from tertiary to primary, SN2 rate increases. Tertiary alkyl halides undergo nucleophilic substitution by SN1 mechanism, while primary alkyl halides follow SN2 mechanism. Secondary alkyl halides react by either of the mechanism or by mixed mechanism depending upon the exact conditions of the reaction. Then there is one problem, that is 10.4. That problem is on allylic and benzylic halides. Primary allylic and primary benzylic halides show higher reactivity by SN1 mechanism than other primary alkyl halides. Explain. Solution is like this. SN1 reaction involves formation of carbocation intermediate, and in allylic and benzylic primary halides there is a formation of carbocation intermediate, and that carbocation intermediate is stabilized by the resonating structures, and therefore it follows the SN1 mechanism, or hence SN1 mechanism is favored in the primary allylic and primary benzylic halides. This is the allylic carbocation. Here this carbon carries positive charge. The pi electron between these two carbons, they are shifted towards this. Therefore, in between these two carbons there is a formation of double bond, and this carbon carries positive charge. This is resonating structure first, this is resonating structure second. The resonance stabilization of allylic carbocation, and this is the resonating stabilization of benzylic carbocation. There are 4 resonating structures. This carbon carries positive charge, and there is a shifting of pi electron towards this carbon. Therefore, between carbon and carbon there is a formation of double bond. This is resonating structures. Therefore, this carbocation is stabilized by different resonating structures. Therefore, benzylic and allylic halides, they follow the SN1 mechanism. Second factor is nucleophilicity of the reagent. Here questions like this: give some examples of nucleophiles that are electrically neutral, that is ammonia, water. Give some examples of anionic nucleophiles, that is the nucleophiles carrying negative charge like OH minus, Cn minus, Cl minus, Br minus, etc. What is the difference between a base and a nucleophile? This is question is already seen in the 11th section. A nucleophile is a species that uses its electron pair to form a bond with carbon. Nucleophilic character of any species is expressed in its electron releasing tendency, which can be correlated to its strength as a Lewis base. A more powerful nucleophile attacks the substrate faster and favors SN2 mechanism. If nucleophile is more powerful, it attacks the substrate very fast, and it favors the SN2 mechanism. The rate of SN1 mechanism is independent of the nature of the nucleophile. Nucleophile does not react in slow step of SN1 mechanism. It waits till the carbocation intermediate is formed and reacts fast with it. Means powerful nucleophile favors the SN2 mechanism, and less powerful nucleophile favors the SN1 mechanism. Third point is, our third factor which influence the rate of SN1 and SN2 mechanism is solvent polarity. In SN1 mechanism, this proceeds via formation of carbocation intermediate, A good ionizing solvent, that is polar solvent, stabilizes the ions by the solvation. Solvation of carbocation is relatively poor and solvation of anion is particularly important. Anions are solvated by hydrogen bonding solvents, that is the protic solvents, means which solvent provides the H plus ions, that are called protic solvents, and they form the hydrogen bonding with anions. Thus SN1 reaction proceeds more rapidly in polar protic solvents than in aprotic solvents, means SN1 mechanism is favorable in the polar protic solvents. Polar protic solvents usually decrease the rate of SN2 reaction. In the rate determining step of SN2 mechanism, substrate as well as nucleophile is involved. In SN2 mechanism, both reagents, that is substrate as well as nucleophile, they are involved. A polar solvent stabilizes nucleophile, one of the reactant, by solvation. Thus solvent deactivates the nucleophile by stabilizing it. The solvent which involved in the reaction, it deactivates the nucleophile by stabilizing it. Hence aprotic solvents or solvents of low polarity will favor the SN2 mechanism, means SN2 mechanism is favorable in low polarity solvents or aprotic solvents, whereas SN1 mechanism favorable in polar protic solvents. Then another problem is 10.5. Which of the following two compounds would react faster by SN2 mechanism and why? Here two examples are given, one chlorobutane and 2-chlorobutane. This is the example of primary alkyl halide and this is the example of secondary alkyl halide. We know that in primary alkyl halide the favorable mechanism is SN2. In SN2 mechanism, a pentacoordinate transition state is involved. The order of reactivity of alkyl halides towards SN2 mechanism is primary, then secondary, and then tertiary, due to increasing crowding in transition states from primary to tertiary halides. Therefore, 1-chlorobutane being primary alkyl halide will react faster by SN2 mechanism than the secondary alkyl halide, that is 2-chlorobutane.